Your Mr. Buddy heater is far more capable than most people realize. In this video, you'll learn 50 surprising features, hidden tricks, and safety details that can help you use it smarter, safer, and more efficiently during any emergency. Number 1. It was built specifically for indoor emergency use. Most heaters that run on propane are strictly outdoor only, but the Mr. Buddy heater was designed from the start as an indoor safe emergency heater. Its burner system burns propane cleanly, and its oxygen sensor constantly checks the air around it. This design allows the heater to be used safely inside bedrooms, living rooms, RVs, cabins, tents, basements, and emergency shelters. Most portable propane heaters cannot legally be used indoors because they release too much carbon monoxide. The Buddy heater exists in its own category: small, powerful, and safe when operated correctly, making it one of the most reliable tools for winter blackouts, freezing storms, or grid failures. Number 2. It works much better with warm propane. Propane pressure drops sharply in cold temperatures. When a 1-pound canister sits in a garage, shed, or outside in winter, the pressure inside becomes weak. Low pressure means the heater may fail to ignite, burn unevenly, or shut itself off. To avoid this problem, keep several full propane bottles indoors at room temperature. Warm propane vaporizes correctly and feeds the heater with a stable flow of gas. This simple trick prevents ignition issues and makes a huge difference during emergencies when you need heat immediately. Number 3. The oxygen depletion sensor is extremely sensitive. The ODS, oxygen depletion sensor, inside the Mr. Buddy heater constantly monitors the oxygen level in the room. If the oxygen level drops too far below normal, the heater automatically shuts off. This feature uses the same core technology found in military field heaters and industrial safety heaters. Many people think the heater turns off for no reason, but the ODS is reacting to real changes in the air around it. It protects you from using the heater in a sealed environment with poor ventilation. Even a slightly dirty burner, or a room with little airflow, can make the ODS activate. This isn't a malfunction. It's the heater doing exactly what it was built to do: prevent unsafe operation. Number 4. The tip-over switch responds to even small movements. Inside the heater is a movement-sensitive shutoff switch. It doesn't only react when the heater falls over, it reacts to sudden bumps, vibrations, shaking, or tilting. If a child, pet, or adult accidentally nudges it, the shutoff activates. This is why the heater sometimes turns off when moved across the floor or placed on an uneven surface. The sensitivity is intentional. It prevents accidents in crowded spaces, tents, RVs, or emergency shelters where stability is limited. Many heaters lack this feature entirely, which makes them unsafe indoors. Number 5. It heats faster than an electric space heater. The Mr. Buddy heater uses radiant heat instead of just heating the air. Radiant heat warms your body, clothing, walls, furniture, and everything around you. That's why you feel warm almost immediately, even if the room temperature hasn't risen yet. In a blackout, speed matters. Radiant heat helps prevent shivering, frostbite risk, and temperature stress much faster than a ceramic electric heater. This is especially important in winter emergencies when the inside of the house can drop to near freezing levels. Number 6. It's more fuel efficient than you expect. On its lowest setting, a 1-pound propane bottle can last up to 5 to 6 hours. People are often surprised by how slowly the Buddy heater burns fuel, especially when the space is insulated or small. For survival situations, this matters a lot. If you're preparing for winter outages or living in an off-grid cabin, fuel efficiency determines how long you can stay warm. Using the heater in only one room, closing doors, and lowering the flame extends warmth without draining your propane supply. Number 7. The heat dial allows precise fuel control. Most users incorrectly assume the heater only runs at fixed levels, like low, medium, and high. But the heater actually operates on a continuous range. You can set the knob anywhere between the labeled points. This lets you find the exact heat level you want. Slightly lower than low, slightly higher than medium? No problem. The ability to micro-adjust the flame gives you fine control over your fuel consumption. During long emergencies, this can save multiple propane bottles. Number 8. It can heat food safely with a metal grid. The heater isn't marketed as a cooking tool, but it can safely warm food when used with a metal paint grid. This grid rests on the top without removing the heater's safety cage, giving you a stable surface for small pots or pans. During power outages, having a way to heat water or warm food makes survival much easier. Many preppers rely on this method to cook simple meals, melt snow for water, heat soup, or warm beverages. It's slower than a stove, but it works reliably. Number 9. It can boil water in about 25 minutes. If you place a small pot with 3 cups of water on a metal grid above the heater, the water will reach a rolling boil in about 20 to 30 minutes. This is extremely valuable in emergencies. Boiling water kills bacteria, warms your body through hot drinks, and works for instant meals. You don't need electricity, and you don't need a gas stove. As long as you have propane, you can create clean hot water even in the worst weather conditions. Number 10. It can reheat food. Wrapped in foil. One of the safest and cleanest ways to heat food on a buddy heater is to wrap it in aluminum foil and place it on top. The foil distributes heat evenly and prevents spills. You can warm burritos, sandwiches, leftovers, canned food, or emergency rations. In survival situations, hot meals dramatically improve morale and comfort. You're already running the heater anyway. Using the top surface for food makes that fuel go much further. Number 11. It can support larger cookware than most people think. With the proper metal grid, the heater can handle pans that weigh several pounds. This means you can heat larger portions of water or cook meals for multiple people. Families sheltering during a blackout often use this method to make oatmeal, soup, pasta, or hot drinks. The heater becomes a multi-purpose survival tool. Room heater, water boiler, and emergency cooker. Number 12. It works with heat-powered fans to spread warm air. Heat-powered stove fans require no batteries or electricity. When placed on the heater, using a metal grid, they spin using only heat. This pushes warm air outward, making the room heat more evenly. Without a fan, heat rises to the ceiling. With a fan, heat spreads around the room where people actually sit. For larger rooms or multiple people, the difference is huge. Number 13. Your fan must be rated for 600 degrees to avoid melting. Most cheap stove fans melt or warp because they're not rated for high temperatures. The top of a buddy heater can reach 450,500 degrees. To use a fan safely, it must be rated for at least 600 degrees. Using a lower rated fan can burn out the motor or cause the blades to deform. High temperature fans last for years and significantly improve heat distribution. Number 14. It can warm a small room to 70 degrees during a blackout. Real-world tests by preppers show that a buddy heater can raise a small room, around 10×12 feet, from freezing to comfortable in under 1 hour. This performance makes it ideal for single-room survival strategies. Instead of trying to heat your whole home during an outage, you create a warm zone and conserve fuel. Many families use this method to stay warm during multi-day power failures. Number 15. It works extremely well in tents, RVs, and cabins. Radiant heat is perfect for confined spaces. Tents, ice shelters, RVs, vans, and small cabins warm up much faster than large rooms. This makes the buddy heater a top choice for campers, overlanders, fishermen, and off-grid preppers who need reliable warmth in compact environments. As long as ventilation guidelines are followed, the heater performs efficiently and safely. Number 16. It can run for days. When connected to a 20 lb propane tank, using an approved hose, the heater can be connected to a standard grill-sized tank. This setup provides continuous heat for long emergencies. A 20 lb tank can run the heater for 40 to 100 hours, depending on heat settings. For winter storms or grid failures lasting several days, this is one of the most valuable features the heater offers. Instead of swapping 1-pound bottles every few hours, you get uninterrupted heating. Number 17. Only one hose works without a filter. The F2O73704 hose is the only approved hose that does not require a fuel filter. All other hoses must use a filter to prevent oil contamination inside the heater. Rubber hoses degrade over time, releasing oils that can clog the heater's internal components. Using the correct hose ensures long-term reliability and prevents burner malfunctions. Number 18. You should never bring a 20 LEB propane tank indoors. Large propane cylinders are not approved for indoor storage. Building codes in the US and Canada forbid bringing full-size tanks inside homes, apartments, basements, or garages. The risk of gas leaks is too high due to the size of the tank. That's why the extended hose method is designed for exactly one thing. The heater stays inside, the tank stays outside, and the hose passes safely through a small opening. Number 19. The hose can safely run through a window or door crack. A slightly open window, door, or garage opening is enough to feed the hose into the room. Many users place a towel, foam, or insulation around the gap to limit cold air from entering. This method keeps the tank outside but allows safe and continuous indoor heating. It's a common setup for garages, ice shacks, workshops, small cabins, and emergency rooms in winter blackouts. Number 20. Fuel kegs can replace dozens of disposable bottles. Refillable 1-pound propane cylinders, often called fuel kegs, save huge amounts of money over time. Instead of buying mountains of disposable green Coleman bottles, you refill durable metal kegs from a 20 LEB tank using a refill kit. They last for years, store safely indoors, and reduce waste. For anyone who uses their buddy heater frequently or prepares for long emergencies, fuel kegs are one of the most cost-effective and efficient upgrades available. Number 21. Refill kits save hundreds in fuel over time. Many buddy heater owners don't realize how much money they save by using a simple propane refill kit. A refill kit usually costs around $30, and it lets you refill your 1-pound canisters directly from a larger 20-pound propane cylinder. A single 20-pound tank can refill roughly 12 to 13 1-pound bottles, often even more if you use the right technique. Buying disposable canisters individually costs significantly more over time, especially during winter when prices spike or stores sell out. For people who use their heater often, in workshops, garages, cabins, RVs, or as part of their emergency preps, the refill kit becomes one of the smartest investments they can make. Instead of throwing away dozens of empty green bottles every season, you refill the same reusable ones over and over. The savings become dramatic over months and absolutely massive over years. Preppers who heat regularly during outages often save hundreds of dollars annually just by refilling instead of purchasing new bottles. It also massively reduces storage clutter, since one 20-pound tank replaces a pile of disposable bottles. Number 22. The warm water bath trick for refilling. A simple but highly effective trick many users don't know. Place your empty 1-pound canister in a container of warm, not hot water before refilling. This slightly raises the internal pressure of the empty canister. When you connect it to the cold 20-pound tank, the pressure difference speeds up the transfer and allows the small bottle to fill more completely. Without this method, many people only get a partial refill and lose potential heating time. The warm water method also helps reduce repeated venting and shortens the total refill time. It's a completely safe technique when done correctly. The water should never be hot enough to risk damaging the bottle, just warm enough to equalize pressure. Your
For
Mr.
winter
Buddy
refills,
heater,
this
this
trick
trick
is
is
especially
especially
valuable
valuable because
because
cold
realize.
propane transfers
In this
slowly.
video,
Using warm water ensures you're getting the most out of every refill, which adds up to more hours of heat during emergencies. Number 23. Brass caps prevent dangerous off-gassing. A big misconception is that those little plastic caps on disposable 1-pound propane bottles are good enough. They're not. The plastic caps only protect the nozzle from dust and dirt, but they don't seal anything. If a bottle develops a microleak, something that happens more often than people think, propane can slowly leak out into your storage area. Brass caps are built differently. They include a rubber gasket that actually seals the bottle, locking in any gas that tries to escape. This means no dangerous propane smell, no slow leaking, no wasted fuel, and far lower risk in enclosed spaces. For indoor preppers who store multiple canisters in closets or cabinets, brass caps are not just a convenience. They're a major safety upgrade. They also last for years and fit tightly onto reusable fuel kegs and disposable bottles, giving you reliable long-term storage. Number 24. Brass caps protect the threads from damage. The threads on 1-pound propane bottles seem sturdy, but they're surprisingly easy to damage, especially with repeated use or refilling. Damaged threads can lead to improper connections, gas leaks, or failure to attach properly to the heater. A brass cap protects those threads from dirt, corrosion, impacts, or being bumped while stored with other gear. For people who refill bottles, this matters even more. A single damaged thread can ruin a canister and waste fuel. Brass caps extend the life of every bottle by keeping the threads clean, sealed, and protected from wear. Over months of storage and use, this makes a big difference, not just for safety, but also for cost savings, because every bottle lasts longer and stays fully functional. Number 25. It works better when placed near a wall. The buddy heater uses radiant heat, which warms objects rather than air. When you place the heater near a wall, but still at a safe distance, the wall absorbs some of the radiant heat and reflects it back into the room. This creates a heat bubble, making the entire space feel warmer faster. In survival situations, this trick helps stretch propane because you're effectively recycling some of the radiant heat instead of letting it escape into an open room. Just make sure to keep a proper safety distance from the wall or any other surface. When done correctly, this placement method increases efficiency and makes small rooms warm up much faster. Campers and RV users often place the heater near reflective surfaces for the exact same reason. The heat becomes more concentrated and more effective. Number 26. Reflective blankets dramatically boost performance. Mylar emergency blankets, the shiny silver ones, can turn your buddy heater into a powerhouse. When you hang one behind the heater, again at a safe distance, the reflective surface bounces radiant heat back into the room. This multiplies heat output and prevents warmth from being absorbed by cold walls. Preppers use this trick to create survival heat zones during winter outages. A small room lined with reflective blankets warms up dramatically faster and stays warmer even with the heater on low. In tents or emergency shelters, this technique is incredibly effective. You're basically creating a highly efficient thermal chamber that helps every unit of propane produce more warmth. This is one of the most overlooked but impactful hacks for buddy heater users. Number 27. It can dry wet gloves and socks quickly. If your socks, gloves, or other clothing get wet during a storm or blackout, drying them becomes a survival priority. Wet clothing accelerates heat loss and increases the risk of hypothermia. The buddy heater produces strong, radiant heat that can dry lightweight items safely when they're placed at a proper distance. Users often put a small rack or hang items from a chair positioned near the heater. The warmth dries them gradually without burning the fabric or overheating the room. This is especially useful in winter emergencies, camping scenarios, or after shoveling snow. The ability to dry clothes without electricity is more valuable than most people realize until they're stuck with wet gear in freezing temperatures. Number 28. It can prevent pipes from freezing. One of the biggest dangers during severe winter outages is frozen pipes. When temperatures in the house drop below freezing, pipes can burst, causing thousands of dollars in damage. Many homeowners use the buddy heater to add targeted warmth to areas where pipes are vulnerable. Bathrooms, basements, laundry rooms, under sink cabinets, or utility spaces. Since the heater delivers radiant heat quickly, it can warm a small area before significant freezing occurs. Even running the heater on low for short periods can stabilize temperatures enough to protect the pipes. For people living in older homes or cold climates, this use alone makes the buddy heater an essential emergency tool. Number 29. It's one of the safest propane heaters ever produced. The combination of safety features built into the buddy heater is extremely rare. An oxygen depletion sensor, a tip-over switch, clean-burning radiant design, and low carbon monoxide output when used properly. Most portable propane heaters lack even one of these features, let alone all of them. That's why the buddy heater is trusted for indoor use where other heaters aren't. Its clean combustion system is engineered to burn propane efficiently with minimal waste gases. As long as you follow the ventilation guidelines, the heater is considered one of the safest indoor emergency heaters available. This is why it has become standard equipment for preppers, campers, RV owners, and families preparing for winter storms. Number 30. It was designed for regular households, not just campers. People often think the buddy heater is simply a camping accessory. In reality, it was designed with everyday households in mind. Its safety features, ease of use, and indoor approval standards make it perfect for apartments, homes, and suburban environments. Many homeowners have never used a propane-powered appliance before, so the heater includes simple controls, clear instructions, and automatic shutoffs. This makes it ideal for people who want emergency heating capability without complicated systems or technical knowledge. You don't need to be a survival expert or hardcore prepper to use the buddy heater safely. And that accessibility is why it has become so widely recommended. Number 31. It produces surprisingly low carbon monoxide. Propane heaters have a reputation for producing carbon monoxide, but the buddy heater is engineered to burn propane very cleanly. When used correctly with proper ventilation, carbon monoxide output is significantly lower than many people assume. The burner design mixes air and fuel in a precise balance, allowing complete combustion. This means less CO, fewer odor-causing gases, and safer indoor heat. It's still critical to use a carbon monoxide detector, but the heater itself produces far fewer harmful gases than standard propane burners, camping heaters, or improvised heat sources. Number 32. It's quiet enough for sleeping. Many electric heaters hum, buzz, or make clicking noises as they cycle on and off. The buddy heater, however, is nearly silent. It produces a soft, steady warmth without mechanical noise. This makes it ideal for nighttime use during freezing weather. Families often place the heater on low in one room, create a warm sleeping area, and rest comfortably without the constant noise of electric heating elements. The quiet operation is not just pleasant, it also helps reduce stress during emergencies by creating a calm, warm environment. Number 33. It's one of the few heaters approved for ice fishing shacks. Ice fishing shacks are enclosed, cold, and often poorly ventilated. Exactly the type of environment where most propane heaters are unsafe. The buddy heater was specifically approved for such small enclosed spaces because of its oxygen sensor and clean burning design. Ice fishermen rely on it because it warms the shack quickly without filling it with fumes. If a heater is safe for a tiny ice shack sitting on a frozen lake, it's no surprise that people trust it in bedrooms, tents, RVs, and emergency shelters. Number 34. You can store it in a vehicle for winter emergencies. Keeping a buddy heater and a couple of propane canisters in your vehicle can be life-saving if you ever become stranded in snow. Cars lose heat quickly when the engine is off, and people have frozen to death in vehicles during blizzards. Because the buddy heater is small, safe, and easy to ignite, it serves as a compact emergency heater for roadside breakdowns or long waits for rescue. It's especially recommended in remote areas, mountainous regions, and places with severe winter storms. Number 35. It works during natural gas shortages or failures. If your home relies on natural gas for heating, a gas shortage or pressure drop will shut down your furnace instantly. But the buddy heater runs on propane, which is stored independently. This means that even if the gas grid fails, whether from earthquakes, pipeline issues, or supply shortages, the heater continues working normally. Preppers rely on this independence. Your propane supply is yours alone, and the buddy heater gives you complete heating autonomy during city-wide infrastructure failures. Number 36. It's safe for most garages when ventilated properly. A garage can become dangerously cold during winter, especially for people who work on cars or projects. With a cracked door or window for ventilation, the buddy heater can safely warm the space. It heats tools, hands, and the immediate work area quickly using radiant heat. Electric heaters often don't perform well in garages because they're too drafty. The buddy heater overcomes this by delivering direct radiant warmth. Many mechanics keep one nearby in winter for this exact reason. Number 37. It can warm a bathroom before a cold shower. During blackouts, bathrooms become uncomfortably cold. Running the buddy heater in the bathroom for just a few minutes creates a warm environment so you can wash without freezing. The radiant heat warms the surfaces, tiles, walls, towels, much faster than regular air heating. This small comfort becomes incredibly important during multi-day outages and snowstorms. Number 38. It can help elderly family members the most. Older adults are far more vulnerable to cold temperatures. Hypothermia can begin even at mildly cold indoor temperatures. During winter blackouts, seniors often struggle to stay warm even under blankets. The buddy heater's fast radiant heat gives them immediate relief. It warms their surroundings and helps stabilize body temperature quickly. Many families buy the buddy heater primarily to protect elderly parents or grandparents during storms. Number 39. It keeps pets safe from dangerous cold. Small dogs, cats, and other pets can suffer hypothermia quickly in freezing homes. They lose heat faster than humans and are more sensitive to temperature drops. The buddy heater creates a warm zone that keeps pets safe and comfortable. Many people place the heater in a single room and let pets gather near the warmth, creating a safe environment during outages. Number 40. It's simple enough for complete beginners. Propane appliances can intimidate people who have never used them. But the Mr. Buddy heater was designed to be extremely simple. Easy knob controls, one ignition button, clear labeling, and automatic safety systems. Even someone with no experience using propane can learn to operate it safely within minutes. This makes it a perfect emergency heater for families, apartment dwellers, and anyone building their first preparedness kit. Number 41. It's compact enough for bug-out bags. The Mr. Buddy heater may look too large for a traditional bug-out bag, but many preppers intentionally pack it into vehicle-based bug-out kits because of its compact rectangular shape and efficient heat output. When emergencies force you to leave home, winter evacuations, power grid collapse, stranded travel, having a dependable heat source becomes a survival priority. The heater's size allows it to fit neatly in a trunk or SUV emergency bin alongside propane bottles, reflective blankets, and basic tools. Its hard plastic frame protects the internal burner from being crushed, so you can pack it with confidence. And since it doesn't require electricity, it provides off-grid heat wherever you stop. Roadside, forest camps, rest areas, or emergency shelters. For cold climate preppers, adding a buddy heater to a vehicle bug-out kit isn't optional. It's one of the smartest ways to guarantee warmth when far from home. Number 42. It helps with grid-down drills. Serious preparedness isn't just storing supplies, it's testing them. Many preppers run grid-down drills, where they intentionally shut off the power for 24 to 48 hours to see how well their home and family function during a simulated blackout. The buddy heater becomes one of the most valuable tools in these drills. It quickly reveals how much propane your household actually uses, whether you have enough 1-pound bottles, how long different heat settings last, and whether your chosen warm zone stays comfortable. You also learn ventilation requirements, safe placement locations, and which rooms retain heat better than others. These drills expose weaknesses long before a real emergency hits. Without trying it in practice, most people underestimate how much fuel they need to stay warm for multiple days. Using the buddy heater in training scenarios ensures that your winter preparedness plan is based on real data, not guesses. Number 43. It's more temperature stable than electric heaters. Electric heaters warm the air, but the warmth disappears quickly the moment the power shuts off or someone opens a door. The buddy heater's propane-powered radiant heat warms surfaces, furniture, walls, your clothing, and your body directly. That stored warmth stays longer. This makes the heat feel more stable, constant, and natural, even if the air temperature fluctuates. In emergencies, this matters because radiant heat helps people stay warm, even during short interruptions, like opening a door, walking to another room, or letting in ventilation air. Electric heaters depend entirely on a steady power supply, which makes them unreliable in unstable grid conditions. Propane delivers consistent output until the tank runs dry, which is why radiant heaters like the buddy heater perform better in cold, drafty, or poorly insulated environments. It's a form of heat that sticks to the room and your body longer than standard electric heat. Number 44. It works even when wet. Unexpected moisture is common during emergencies. Snow blows inside when doors open, heaters get splashed while working near water, and condensation builds up in cold rooms. The buddy heater can continue functioning even after being splashed or dampened, as long as the burner tile and the igniter electrode are allowed to dry completely before relighting. This moisture tolerance is important for garages, fishing shacks, snowy camps, and storm conditions. Most electric heaters fail instantly when wet and can even become dangerous. The buddy heater, however, uses no electrical heating elements and relies on mechanical systems designed to withstand outdoor temperature changes. Once dry, the heater returns to full performance with no long-term damage. This durability makes it one of the most reliable emergency heaters in harsh conditions. Number 45. It survives decades with minimal care. Many long-term users report their buddy heaters lasting 10 to 15 years or more with almost no major maintenance. The internal components are rugged and simple, which reduces failure points. Aside from basic dusting, keeping the burner tile clean, and occasionally replacing a hose or filter, there's little that can break. Unlike electric heaters that often fail due to wiring issues or ceramic element burnout, propane heaters have fewer electronic components. As long as the heater is stored in a dry place and operated properly, it can last for thousands of hours of use. This long lifespan makes it one of the best return on investment tools in emergency preparedness. Many preppers buy their buddy heater once and rely on it for decades. Number 46. It burns cleaner than a candle. This fact surprises almost everyone. A properly functioning buddy heater produces fewer particulates than a scented candle. When propane burns cleanly, the byproducts are water vapor, carbon dioxide, and minimal traces of carbon monoxide. Meanwhile, candles, especially scented ones, produce soot, smoke, and chemical particulates that worsen indoor air quality. This comparison highlights how efficient the buddy heater's burner design is. It mixes fuel and oxygen in a highly controlled ratio, ensuring complete combustion. Of course, ventilation is still required, but the heater's clean-burning nature is one of the main reasons it's approved for indoor use when many propane heaters are not. If you feel safe lighting a candle in your home, the buddy heater, when used correctly, is dramatically cleaner by comparison. Number 47. It doesn't need matches. The built-in piezo igniter eliminates the need for matches or lighters, a critical advantage in cold, windy, or wet conditions where matches fail or break. The igniter creates a spark mechanically, similar to a grill starter, allowing the heater to ignite instantly with the push of a button. This is especially important during storms, at night, or when your hands are cold and shaking. Even if you lose dexterity, you can still light the heater easily. And unlike matches, the piezo igniter works reliably at low temperatures. This simple feature dramatically increases the heater's usability in real emergency conditions. Number 48. It was tested in below zero conditions. Before being released to the public, Mr. Heater tested the buddy heater in controlled environments below freezing temperatures to ensure reliability in extreme winter conditions. These cold chamber tests verified that the heater can ignite, maintain flame stability, and deliver consistent heat even when the surrounding air is far below zero. This testing matters for anyone living in northern climates, mountain regions, or areas that experience polar vortex events. When temperatures outside reach dangerous lows, the buddy heater remains one of the few portable devices still able to produce strong, dependable heat. Many preppers choose it specifically because it's been proven to handle conditions that make other heating tools fail. Number 49. It can heat a room, even during windstorms. Electric heaters rely on power lines and transformers, both of which are vulnerable to windstorms. When strong winds hit power infrastructure, outages are common and often long-lasting. The buddy heater, however, runs on propane, meaning it's completely unaffected by wind damage. As long as you have fuel, the heater works normally, even when the entire neighborhood loses electricity. This independence from the power grid makes the buddy heater one of the most secure heating solutions during storms, hurricanes, and winter winds. While your neighbors sit in freezing houses, you can keep one room warm and safe, regardless of outside conditions. Number 50. It's more than a heater, it's a multi-tool. When you put all its capabilities together, the Mr. Buddy heater becomes far more than just a heater. It can warm small rooms quickly, prevent pipes from freezing, dry wet clothing, heat food, boil water, run heat-powered fans, support bug-out kits, and provide off-grid heat in any location. It works during blackouts, gas outages, storms, camping trips, vehicle emergencies, and cold weather evacuations. It's durable, efficient, beginner-friendly, and engineered with multiple safety systems that make it one of the safest portable propane devices ever sold. For preppers and everyday families alike, the Buddy heater isn't just a comfort item. It's a critical survival tool that provides warmth, energy independence, and life-saving reliability when everything else fails.